A young team of 90 professionals in real estate marketing firm Sai Estate. May I request Dr. Sanjay Chaturvedi to please greet him. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause. Thanks for being here with us and for heading a young, dynamic team, pioneering many more individuals. Would you like to use the podium? Sure.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very exciting to be here among the stalwarts of the industry. And when I was thinking about the areas that I would like to talk about, as I see a series of senior gentlemen seated right on the front row, for me to talk about technical stuff is something I felt that I keep it for some another day. We represent a broking company, and we touch across close to about 15,000 buyers on a daily, day-on basis. So at this point in time, I would like to tell you things from the lens of what a consumer thinks of the industry today, what we feel in terms of how our developers should be, keeping in mind the demand and the changes in the industry at this point in time, the way the bankers or the banking products can be panned out, and the way investors' temperament and the investors' strategy should be. So if I put across a question at this point in time, as a buyer, as a home buyer in the city of Mumbai, would you like to buy a home? So out of, say, about 500,000 people seated here, I assume 95% people will say, yes, I would like to buy a home. So then there is an asterisk mark that talks about conditions apply, it should be in my catchment area, it should be in my micro market, I only want to go with, the Cat A developers. So the answer, whether you want to buy real estate, when thrown open in a city like Mumbai or any part of India for that matter, will never be no. That means there is immense demand in the sector. So if you ask the same question about, would you like to buy a car, would you like to buy a jewelry, would you like to buy equity shares, would you like to buy debentures and mutual funds, you will say yes, no. But when you say, would you like to buy a home or an apartment, most elders, young guys, newly married, aspiring college guys, everybody will say yes, मुझे तो घर तो खरीदना है. 1 BHK हो या penthouse हो या 6 bed हो या 4 bed हो, be it in Virar or south of Mumbai, everybody say I want to buy a home. So with such kind of emerging huge markets, as developers or people who cater to the audience, we will have to cut down our product in a way so that it suits the buyers and it is as appetizing as ever. When we look at this point in time, what a consumer should be thinking is, post demonetization, there has been, so let me take you into how a deal pans out. For every apartment, there are two kinds of buyers. There used to be two kinds of buyers. There used to be a business class guy who used to have the power of component A and B, and there used to be a white-collar professional who would pay 20% and 80% used to come from the bank. The power to negotiate and make an immediate down payment always used to be with the business class guy, because he could complete the transaction immediately. He could offer the developer A, B, both the sides of the coin. And most developers who used to deal in such category always used to prefer such buyers versus 100% white transactions. Post November, it is not about whether cash is available or not available. Today, our developers have consciously stopped saying yes to cash. That is a big move. So this has been, the entire industry is moving towards 100% white transaction. The developers are preferring to deal with 100% white. The consumers who are paying 15%, 20% down payment are getting better banking products. The NBFCs and the banks are in better form to offer them better interest rates. So all this is actually favoring the consumers. Not that I'm a sales guy, but even as a consumer, I would feel this is the best time to buy. The government is favoring you. The developers are working round the clock to give you a product that will suit your requirement, and the interest rates are at an all-time low. So if you wish to buy a home now, I feel the period between say about April 2017 to say about another 18 months is a very good time for anybody to buy a home. As a disclaimer, not being a good sales guy, but I feel that anybody who's looking at buying a home, your security, loans, the product, commitment that the builder will give you, all this will have better steam in it. So that is in store for the consumers. As far as the developers are concerned, today consumers are choosing, they don't mind paying 500 rupees, 1000 rupees extra, but they would like to go with only people who fulfill their promises. So you see a super Cat A developer, even at a slightly weaker location, outskirt of Mumbai, would end up selling about 175, 200 crores over a period of say about 60, 75 days, just because the developer has built up that reputation over the last few years and fulfilled all the commitments. At the same time, newer developers who, are backed up with degrees like civil engineering, architecture, MBAs, are consciously choosing to get into the development fraternity. As the gentleman before me rightly mentioned, today development is not something that can be done by anybody who has 10, 15, 40, 50 crore rupees in the bank account and has no knowledge about the industry. You require to run the business yourself. You need the expertise, you need the planning, you need to put in 14, 15, 16 hours to ensure that the buildings come up on time. So as consumers, we are dealing with the best class developers at this point in time, because the people who are not able to perform will not stay in business. And this tone has actually translated down right from the center to the state, and I'm sure everybody who's dealing with anything concerned real estate, even when you call a bank loan guy, he will tell you that this developer is good or this project is good, and now at this point in time, he's ready to write down and give you when will I give you possession. And if the possession is not given, RERA is round the corner and will take care of your rights. Even as RERA covers different areas, I started off with a small broking company, so I can't really not talk about the role of brokers in real estate industry. For the record, 65–70% of the transactions happening in the city of Mumbai around MMR are still done by the broking community. If you see young guys out of MBA colleges and good backgrounds are consciously choosing to join good broking companies, you see international companies investing into broking businesses, the quality of your visit on a Sunday afternoon or the quality of your, the experience of looking at 10 apartments has considerably increased and bettered out in the last 5 years what it used to be in 2010. So if you choose to go in, look at 10 apartments in any part of Mumbai, including Thane and Navi Mumbai, the top 2 or 3 broking companies will give you a seamless experience. And most of the brokers today know what are the lowest prices. If there is a developer, who are the partners, which developer to approach, which partner to approach to get a better discount. And most broking companies have offered zero brokerage on primary properties because we are paid very well by the development fraternity. Having said that, all consumers who are looking at buying properties are having, I mean, in the last 2017, in my view, will stand as a cabin divider as to how real estate was conducted 25 years before 2017 with demonetization, GST, RERA coming into play. I mean, the next 6 months will be a wait and watch game in my view. But when we look back in 2030 at 2017, I think we will remember this year as the year that changed the dynamics and the ground rules of how real estate is constructed and how it is purchased. And everybody associated with real estate, including the bankers, contractors, will remember that this year changed the way business was conducted. I won't take much of your time at this event. I would like to thank Accommodation Times to give us the opportunity to be associated with them. And I wish them all the very best for their future endeavors. Thank you.